Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for another Checkered Flag show, your weekly news show every week, right? Whether you're here or not, it's being done. You can go back watch it later if you're not. But make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Just came over from Luca's channel. He's talking some weird shit. I don't know, but there you go. We got Adam. How are you, my friend?
I am good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good, man. I'm gonna start off on a positive note. Like,
Can
we
you hear
start
me?
positive. I can hear you, just.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna start on a positive note. I'm gonna start on a positive note, right? Because we got to start on a positive note.
Hmm?
Like, did I retweet that? No. What did I do? Oh, actually, I'll just put it up here. There you go. There you go. We're gonna start up with. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, by the way. I'm gonna start off with a positive note here. It's a certain someone's 37th birthday. Right, Lewis Hamilton is now 37 years old.
Yeah.
Right, 7-time world champion. The true goat of F1. I don't care what people say. He's my goat, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I do love the fact that the F1 put out a tweet about it. Like they put an F1, and I said you got a cheek after the way you've treated him, right, by breaking your own rules to get the ending you wanted, and rob a title away from him, threatening with penalties after not turning up at your prize giving gala.
Happy birthday, Louis. Please come back.
Yeah, he'll come back. I think he'll come back. Don't you worry, he'll come back. I think he just needs time away to reset his batteries,
Oh, you jo-
reset everything. Come back with a new mindset, and tell you what, when he
Yeah.
comes back with a new mindset, I'll tell you what, look out, because the last thing you do is piss off Lewis Hamilton, because he will smash you, mentally. He will beat you.
Oh,
End of story. There's nothing better. There's not a better person that deals with adversity than there is Lewis Hamilton. Simple as that.
um,
So, so
sorry,
yeah.
I've just got my YouTube video has been blocked, so
Oh, okay. Oh. But yeah. Obviously, the main thing we're talking about today, clearly, is not just that. We're talking about the investigation into the Abu Dhabi incident. Plus, will actually a delusion Lewis Hamilton come back to the side, come back to F1? If I look at also the Twitter, if I look at my Twitter account as well, I could post up the my profile. Just quickly have a look. Yeah, so we're quickly looking at also what changes do we expect from this commission, because obviously a commission has been sent to investigate the incident with what happened in Abu Dhabi, because it's not right. Like, we all know it's not right. I don't care if you're a Lewis fan, I don't care if you're a Max fan. It's like I've continually said, this is not me bitching because I'm a Lewis fan. This is me bitching because I'm an F1 fan. Right? And F1 fans need to fucking stand up and say this ain't good enough. Right? And you can't go bending rules during a Grand Prix. Right? And they need to make serious changes, especially for next season. For
yeah,
me,
I'm
the
glad
number
that.
one they should do is to get rid of the race director. As much as people want to defend him, he can't defend himself anymore. He's made too many mistakes. People can't trust him anymore. So he's got to go. End of story. Got to
Yeah.
go. If we want significant change and we don't want the same bullshittery that we had last season, then he's got to go. End of story. He's got to go. End
Do you know
of
when
story.
testing starts?
What's that?
Do you know when testing starts?
Testing starts late February, early March.
Yeah.
So we got tons of time yet. So, but yeah, make sure you keep pumping the likes and subscribe. And if you've missed this, please do watch it back. Do watch the adverts as well, because that all helps us raise money. So yeah. What was I supposed to say? Yeah. So there's this commission. I can hear a little bit of feedback. Adam, I can hear a bit of feedback.
Oh. Okay.
F1 commission. Abu Dhabi.
I'll do it.
Right. Stop the screen. Show this screen. Let's show it right now. Let's have a look. So in the Express, this was what on the. This is on the 7th of Jan. Formula One tarnished by FIA are controversial Dhabi Grand Prix. We all know about that already. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff said needs to implement more changes than just replacing the race director. The Austrian was left furious last month when race director Michael Masi allowed some lap cars to overtake the safety car at the end of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Red Bull's Max Verstappen had just bitted for fresh tyres, and Masi's decision made it much easier for the Dutchman to overtake and snatch the title on the last lap. Per the Spanish branch of motorsport.com, Wolff said it's a bigger problem. My values are simply not compatible with the decisions that they were made. It's not just about replacing the race director. The whole decision-making system needs to improve. It's one thing to drive hard and have different points of view between drivers and teams. Then that's normal. But inconsistent decisions inevitably lead to controversy. Much of it totally unnecessary. His thoughts are shared by Labour peer Lords Peter Hain, who is the vice chairman of all-party parliamentary group on Formula One. He also told the FIA needs to have a heart-to-heart conversation with itself, as Formula's reputation has been tarnished. He said the FIA needs to take its in heart. The FIA is a regularity body. It cannot afford to have F1 tarnished in this way. The FIA, to make sure it needs needs to do that to make sure it's not repeated. Is claim Lord Hain also claimed that the race had been rigged to create a dramatic ending. Well, that's clear enough to see, to be honest. He continued, as a lifelong Formula One fan, I thought it was a perverted outcome. The finish was effectively rigged by the stewards in order to produce a dramatic finale for the theatre rather than the racing outcome. I think it has left a sour taste unless you're a die-hard Verstappen fan, but even many of them admitted it has left an unpleasant taste in their mouths. Right? Okay, the rules are very complex for the average fan, but at least there is consistency. There is a consistency there. This is clearly contrived and manufactured to allow this kind of finish. I thought Lewis behaved enormously with enormous dignity afterwards, going to the Red Bull pits to congratulate them, but he must feel absolutely gutted and that the rules are rigged against him. Mercedes appeared to be concerned about the controversy going into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The team called upon Paul Harris QC while the team was in Abu Dhabi. Right? They dutifully lodged 2 protests after the race, but their case was dismissed. Red Bull Christian Horner accused Mercedes of intimidating behaviour after they brought a lawyer to the track. Excuse me, what were you doing? Like literally 30 seconds before the decision was changed, going down the frigging radio and saying, "Oh yeah, but let me think.
Can I ask you a question?
I only need 1 lap. Why we ain't clearing the cars?"
Personally, what I would have done, instead of letting them, I would have red flagged it. Red
flagged it.
Yeah. Also, do you think if Horner hadn't spoken to Masi, and that rule that is set to be coming in next year, where team principals can't speak to.
Yeah, it would have. It wouldn't have changed. I bet you it wouldn't have changed. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I honestly guarantee it. Right. I'm sorry. Like, it's too obvious for me. Like, I can't rule it out. And by the way, this is not against Max. Like, Max has done what any other driver do, which is go on and win the race.
He's had a great season.
Yeah, but it's been tarnished by the way this is all out. Like, and now everyone's going to look at that thinking, well, you didn't really win it. You won it because of the FIA.
Yeah, I do feel a bit bad for Max, to be honest, because the way he's won it, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, you like fake champion," and I feel like I do feel a bit sorry for him, and it's not like because next year I don't think Red Bull will be as good, or they won't have as good of a car, to.
Depends on how much they've spent really on next year's car and how much they spent on this year's car. Like, we already know the W13 next year's Mercedes has been fired up. More to intimidate.
Into their silver?
What?
Apparently they're returning to the silver like Mercedes.
I probably think they are, but we'll have to wait and see. But like, that's not the main obviously point.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's bullshit, to be honest. It was really odd. Like, this is why I'm still angry even now with the FIA and F1, and I've never usually been this angry with them.
If you're angry, you should see my friend. He was like going ballistic.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not angry at Red Bull and Max. It's angry at what.
He was angry at the FIA, not Red Bull.
Yeah, this is the point. It's as an F1 fan, you can't accept it.
Why would he be mad at his own team? To be fair, that's the thing.
Yeah, but you can't accept this sort of result when it's contrived like this. It's absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Awful way to end the season. And you can still tell now there's bitter taste. There's bitter taste in everyone's mouths. In everyone's mouths over this. Right? So there we are. Like, I mean, how do you feel about it?
It was bullshit. It was unfair. Lewis, we all know. I mean, there's some people that are like, no, he got robbed. Max did what any other driver would do. It's not his fault. Let me just clear something up. I don't hate Max Verstappen. I actually like Verstappen. I just don't like Horner. Just to clear that up for people who
the problem I have with Max, and I've said this from the start, he's a very I don't care if people say it's wrong. He is a very aggressive driver, right? And he oversteps the mark, right? Saudi Arabia. I remember watching I think it's WTF1 podcast. I think it was, and Tom. I think it's Tom Bennett on his saying he's a Max Verstappen fan, but even he couldn't accept the way he was driving in that Grand Prix. It was disgusting how he was driving. How much it could be a whole car, nearly 2 car lengths ahead, and you just dive down the outside in a corner that's never going to happen. There's zero chance it was going to happen. And you've just dived down the inside, bunched the whole field up, which then forces Perez into a wall by hitting Leclerc, right? And then Mazepin collects the rest of them because they're all braking.
Yeah, even my dad, who doesn't watch Formula 1, he watched the race because I put it on TV, and he was there like, what? Are they allowed to do that? Because he was just there like, that's a bit unfair. Lewis was 11 seconds ahead, and now all of a sudden...
No, this is what I've said. People saying that's not fair because he was 11 seconds ahead. No, that's F1. If safety car comes out because of that, it has to come out. People, like... Do you know what? These people, like... I saw when I look back at it, someone did a compilation of people reacting to it, right? And some people have watched every single watch-along, right? Fine. But there's some people that are football people, and they've jumped on a watch-along for this because it's the last race, it's a title finale. If you actually cared about the sport, you would have watched it every fucking race.
Yeah.
And then when you're going on about it, right? I think one of them was Togan. I don't know him, but he was sitting there saying,
Bogdan.
"Oh yeah, you can't leave him out here on dead tires," and he said, "That's how you know fuck all." Because if you actually knew anything about F1, he can't give it up as the lead driver. So you
He
look
was
like a
probably
fucking
searching
mug.
what DRS does.
He can't leave. He can't pit and give up track position, right? Especially knowing how aggressive Max Verstappen is at trying to defend his position, right? That's at the
Yeah.
first safety car, so he couldn't do that, right?
Can I also just
Then the second safety car, sorry, like if he gives track position away and then it finishes behind a safety car, you'd all be moaning. They couldn't do anything in that situation, right?
yeah.
If you're that so clever at F1, go and freaking be at their bloody go be their race strategist, right? Because they couldn't do anything in that situation. So blaming Mercedes for tires because they had dead tires, right? Because basically, like people like Togan,
yeah,
people like
because they knew the FIA.
Goldbridge, they know fuck all about F1. Otherwise, you'd be following it. You clearly don't, because otherwise you'd know you couldn't do anything.
I also just want to say this: even if you're very mad and you're angry about the result, please do not send death threats to Nicholas Latifi.
Oh yeah, that's already wrong. I've already pointed that out. That's sick, and people should go fuck themselves.
It was not Latifi's fault.
No, he ran wide that we're trying to overtake Schumacher, and dirty tyres means he spun the car. If you're so fucking brilliant at driving a car, mate, you drive it.
Yeah.
Go on. Nah, you can't.
It was not Latifi's fault at all. It was. He didn't crash just so Max could win the championship.
No, it's not like it's a private deal between the two of them. It's not like it's a private deal between the two of them. Like, honestly.
It's not like Red Bull went to Nicholas and they're like, yo, do you mind? They got on the radio, Nicholas, do you mind just spinning? And
yeah, and to actually be honest, he's a Mercedes driver.
Yeah, because Williams in it.
Yeah, he's a Mercedes driver, so work that one out.
I do.
Work that one out.
Like, you can criticise Latifi, say he's a pain, but to send him death threats is just...
You could criticise him, say like saying that why did you get it wrong there? Like, and you should have been a bit more careful with dirty tyres. But like death threats, like, you should get out of our society. Like, I do hear a bit of an echo. The static saying there's a bit of an echo there.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Should I try go on my computer, because it might be a bit
Yeah,
more.
try the computer. So yeah, but make sure you smash the like and smash the subscribe button, please. It's really important you do so. Like, we're trying to sort of get pushed up the F1 level, so please, if you can. I will got to mention something new as well, and it's about Omar Safna. I'm sure you all know Connor, Yank Talking Smack. He's going to be absolutely buzzing about this. Aston Martin's announced departure of team principal Omar Safna as team principal of the Aston Martin team. They have announced has left the Formula 1 squad with immediate effect. It remains unclear where Safna, who has been with the Silverstone-based team for 12 years, under previous names Force India and Racing Point, where he will move on to. Reports in November linked him with a shock move to midfield rivals Alpine. However, he said at the time he is not intention of leaving his current team. But on Wednesday, Aston Martin revealed Safna had left his role and will be managed within the leadership team until a replacement is reported. So there we go. That's better.
Okay.
So yeah, Omar Safna, obviously Yank Talking Smack's gonna be happy about this, but he's now left Aston Martin.
I don't have FaceCam on the computer, so if this is...
Yeah. Do you feel that he'll go to another team? Do you feel, where do you think he'll land? Do you think he'll land at Alpine?
Yes.
That's where it was talked to.
Yes. Although,
yes.
Yeah, I do think so. When I heard he left Aston Martin, I was a bit like, why is he gone that, but then
I would
I
be a
feel
bit.
like,
I'm not surprised, to be honest, because Lance
who do you
Stroll
think
has
they're
put.
getting in next?
No, because what happens
Aston
is
Martin.
Lance Stroll have put so much money into that team, right?
Lawrence
Yeah.
Stroll.
Lawrence Stroll, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's put so much of that money into the team, new facilities and everything. He wants the team to be at the top of the game, like at the top of the tree, right? So, and this season they were supposed to push on from getting fourth or fifth in the championship, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Like, but they ended up they
Seventh?
didn't end up getting it. So they need to now. So he's obvious. I think what happens is Lawrence Stroll said, "I'm sorry, I'm not happy with last year's performance. You got to go." Big up Charlie, my man, my Charlie, Marley in the building. Like, I got some money to donate to the Children's Liver Disease. It will be donated this week. Don't you worry. So yeah, I'll put the link in the chat as well if people want to come on.
Do you
It's cold.
think do you think Otmar's going to Alpine or Alpine?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'd have to have a look at it a bit more. I wouldn't be surprised. But I was supposed to join the stream at Steve and said I don't have a license. Mate, I don't have a license to drive an F1 car. You need a super license. That's what you need.
Yeah,
Super license. Like, is it funny? Like, at 17 years old, like Max Verstappen got a super license to drive an F1 car. Yeah, I
Before
wasn't
he could
allowed. I
drive a
wasn't
real
allowed.
car.
Yeah, but like, I wasn't allowed my driving test back then. Like, I was only just allowed my driving test, and I had to take lessons. Like, I mean, that's taking the piss, isn't it?
Yeah,
some people can't do it till they're 18.
Yeah,
And some people are driving F2 and F3 cars, sorry, and they're far faster.
do you think that if Vettel, because he did all right, but if he's not like, let's say,
If he's not progressing the team, then he needs to
do
go,
you
doesn't he?
think next year if Vettel's not progressing, could you see him retiring at the end of the season?
To be honest, Vettel had a good end to the season. I don't see what the problem is. Vettel had a good end to the season, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I still think they'll want him another 2 years, to be honest. Experience.
Stroll, I mean,
Depends what happens next season. If they have an absolute storming season next season, I don't think they'll win it. But if they have a storming season and get back third or something, fourth, then, like, which is possible because of the shake-up of the rules, then you can look at and say, like, can you take us to the next level, Vettel, or do we need someone new? But I still think after that, they still want another year with him because at the top level, they need to try and stay there. And what better driver to have than a four-time world champion? As much as people might want to say it's all Christian Horner and all frigging, it's all Christian Horner, it's all who's his name, Adrian Newey, like he did win those championships, and one of them he didn't lead the championship until the end of the last race. I don't even have a go-kart license. I'm a walker, not to be mistaken with a wanker. That'd be my cousin Anthony. What the fuck? Oh no.
Steven, I think I asked you this question. Was it at Monza maybe? And you said no, and that I'm gonna ask you this time. Did Sainz have a better season than Leclerc?
You'd have to say yes if you finished above him.
Yep.
You'd have to say yes. If you finished above him, then yeah. Let me have a look at the driver standings.
Yeah, because
Max Verstappen front fifth.
Do you think Ferrari are going to be good next year? Like,
yeah, Carlos Sainz finished fifth. He finished seventh. Leclerc. So you got to give him his flowers. Like Carlos Sainz. Everyone thought he was going to get roasted by Leclerc, and actually he's turned up. Like Carlos Sainz because the problem is Carlos Sainz came in the same time as Verstappen. So everyone was giving Verstappen flowers, but wasn't giving Carlos Sainz his flowers.
Sainz,
he's an underrated driver.
Sainz, I think every team he goes to, he improves them. We saw it with McLaren when he went there. Ferrari, he's improved them. So
good question here.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just
people say you can go.
All right. Question here: would McLaren would have finished easy P3 if it wasn't the fact we had no tokens? You could say that because it gives you time to. Tokens gives you a chance to improve the car. There will be the same amount of tokens for every team next season, so you're not going to get unless they've done it like the wind tunnel, where if you're further down the order, you get an extra token or something, right? So that everyone catches up. So whether they're doing it that way, I don't know. But as far as I know from the rules, you are going to get the same amount of tokens for each. Tokens F1 2022.
I think for that question, I think there was two things. Ferrari started performing really well. McLaren, I think, Sochi definitely affected them. I think,
Look at this.
Not to.
They're talking about tokens, right? Everyone said that that Mercedes improved, right? Look at this. What I found. Oh shit! I got rid of it. 2022 tokens.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So if we get rid of that, bring this season up. Right, Mercedes reveal. Get rid of you, bloody troll. Bot. We blew all our tokens, having to change the structure to fit the Mercedes engine, and couldn't do anything after. Yeah, that's the way it sometimes has to go. Like, if you want to change engines, but I think you have gone to the right engines. They're on the best engine.
Upgrade tokens.
Yeah, they didn't spend. Why Mercedes didn't spend any upgrade tokens on 2021 car? Like, as part of the aim to help improve the financial difficulties driven by the coronavirus, these were forced to carry 2020 strategies into this year. However, they were allowed to make limited changes, which were restricted to the spending token of 2 tokens that weighted depending on how significant of the car it was involved. Mercedes was quite cryptic during the launch of the W12 where it had spent its tokens, and it kept its development plans close to its chest. Right. So there we are. We have spent our tokens, but we won't reveal how we use them just yet. But with the team having secured a Constructors' Championship, it has now emerged that Mercedes never did actually get around spending its tokens officially. Mercedes Technical Director Mike Elliott has confirmed, for us, we don't think we actually ended up spending the tokens. We had ideas of things that we wanted to do at the front of the car. The reality was that we had ideas of stuff we wanted to do, but they didn't come to fruition in the end. So I think they could spend that next season. Part of the spending rules, they can. So season make decision in July 2020 and inform the FIA about home bonus. Right. So I think for 2022 they should be okay. They should have more to spend, which again helps them big time. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Connor, if you're available, you can come on and try and talk about it for us. But that's a big advantage for Mercedes if that happens. If they're allowed to spend those tokens on next year's car, which I don't see what the problem is. Like, I think they can. Do F1 development tokens carry over?
I think Mercedes they.
I'd love to know if they have or haven't, but I think they do carry over. Which means they've got a massive advantage in next season in the championship. So, like I said, like the last thing you do is A, piss off Lewis Hamilton, and B, piss off Mercedes, because the way they've dominated the championship since 2014, they've held it with an iron fist. And after what happened in Abu Dhabi, the last thing they want to do is not improve their car to a point where you're not going to catch them. And if they do carry those 2021 tokens to next year, God help everyone on the grid. Because if they can manage to improve, because they managed to improve their car in Britain and in Brazil, right, a significant change, right, but without using their tokens. So imagine if they did use their tokens. Imagine that. Like, if I was Christian Horner, I'd be shitting myself. I would. Like, I'm good. I'd be shitting himself. Like, I can't stand him. Like, I hope he's totally on the toilet thinking about it. But yeah, like we just mentioned earlier, Connor, your lovely favourite team principal is gone. He's gone. He's out of here. Like, will he be around next season? I don't know. I think he'll turn up at some point mid-season.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Who do you think is going to replace him at Aston Martin? Cyril, possibly?
Cyril Beatmore? No. He won't leave Alpine. I'll be gobsmacked he leaves Alpine. No. Someone within the team, probably. They'll probably promote someone within the team who knows the team very well. Right? They won't want to go spending out on someone who doesn't know the team and doesn't know the structure. So they'd want to keep that inter-team. That's usually inter-team people get promoted to team principal. Look at Ferrari, for instance. It went from John Todd and Ross Brawn to Stefano. Then it went to Stefano. It went to Mazzatti. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. For one season that was. Then it went to Arriva Bene till 2018. End of 2018. Then it went to Maurizio Benito until now, I believe. Right, but like, I didn't get why they got rid of Arriva Bene, because they were still challenging for the championship at that point. Right, and I thought that's the reason why they won't win next season. When I said at the time they won't win it next season, which was 2019, because they're just upsetting the structure. Mercedes have kept the same structure, right, and that's why it's a so settled, so strong team. The more settled the team is, the better they're going to perform. So, as much as Mercedes make their mistakes, they still end up winning the Constructors' Championship, and because they are a real fixed unit.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I still believe 5 teams could fight for the championship next season. Could be a wide open contest. Do you think that's going to happen?
What?
Do you think that? Do you agree with Russell that 5 teams could be in line to win the championship next season?
I think 3. McLaren, I mean, sorry Connor, I don't think they're championship ready. That Alpine, I think they're just trying to close the gap to the top. I think really this is going to be controversial. I don't know if Red Bull can really I think
they've spent all their tokens on this year, and then it's been so much.
If there's going to be 2 teams going for that constructors, it's Merc and Ferrari.
Merc and Ferrari. Oh, okay. What makes you think of Ferrari?
I'm a big Carlos Sainz fan, and I want him to do well.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Do you know what I loved is that, you know, that like the FIA prize giving gala, like they play that that, you know, like long 7-minute like description of how the F1 season's gone, right? And they've got it here. See, like a season like no other. Yeah, well, 2008 was better. 2010 was better because it weren't fixed. Like, it weren't fixed at the end. That's the whole point. It wasn't fixed at the end. You're not getting the point. And I don't think F1 and FIA are getting the point. No one likes this season at the minute because it's been fixed at the end, which is a sad thing because it is one of the great seasons with a great rivalry. But you've destroyed it. You've gone and destroyed it, right? Because now everyone thinks, oh, well, it's just whoever they want to win. Like, not whoever's fast enough to win, it's whoever the FIA wants them to win.
Smooth up a bit. Yeah, I mean...
So, but like, yeah, I mean, I watched the ending part, and I'm like, yeah, of course, you didn't put the fact that, yeah, there's a safety car, lap cars are now unlapping themselves. Oh, you did put the fact that they're saying all cars will not overtake the safety car and then change the decision, or then put the safety car should be in the next lap. Yeah, don't put that in. Yeah, don't put that in. Yeah, there's nothing fixed going on here. Like, it's a shame because it's a great. I mean, it's a great rivalry that could be brewing, but will Red Bull have the tools to give Max next season? Not me, I don't think personally. They might have the tools to win the drivers again, but I don't think they'll win the constructors.
Yeah.
Mercedes have got 2 fast drivers for that.
Can I ask you a question? It's going to be for my channel.
Go on.
What is a hot take that you have for the 2022 season? I'm asking a bunch of them, like everyone can.
My hot take?
Yeah,
like what I'm most expecting.
No, like what is something like a hot take? Like it's gonna be like the definition.
Favorite moment?
No, not your favorite. Actually, we'll do that question first. What was your favorite moment of the 2021 season?
Just the fact that cars don't have to follow. We have to get more overtaking. Either that or Russell versus Hamilton.
Yeah. Well, mine.
And how that relationship works.
Connor's not gonna like me after what I say. Because my favourite moment of the 2020... Oh God, should I say it?
Go, just say it. It's your opinion.
Ocon winning in Hungary.
Oh, no, you're talking about 2021. I thought you were talking about next year.
Yeah, what was your favourite moment of the 2021?
Oh, fucking... You were saying 2022. That's... yeah, it could say Hungary, but I was pissed off with Mercedes. If Mercedes thought about it and actually listened to Lewis because he said it was dry, that would never happen.
Yeah, I mean, by hot take,
I'd say Russell on the podium.
Yeah, and what I mean by
I know it's qualifying, but on the podium. Come on.
What I mean by hot take is an opinion that might make people think really, like.
Oh, your hot take. A hot take is.
Sorry, I made myself look dumb. It's.
That's alright. But don't worry, Del Boy Gunner. Make sure you go and like and subscribe to his channel as well. Big up Bargav, come on, man. You've been putting the donations in Daniel Bailey TV. Where's the donations, man? Where are you? Money spender.
Yeah.
Nah, you're alright, man. You're cool. He spent enough already. Yeah. What was I saying?
Hot take.
My opinion, my biased opinion, or hot take opinion would be, oh shit. Vettel still got it. Vettel still got it.
Yeah. So you think Vettel could finish on a podium or?
Yeah, he did.
Do you want to know what? Yeah.
So he's still got what I'm saying. He's still got it. He's still got the talent.
Yeah. For 2022, my opinion is, this is my hot take. Carlos Sainz to win his first race in 2022.
2022 to win his first race. That could be a possibility. Russell to win his first race. I want Russell to win his first race because he got robbed in Sakia, by punches. So I want him to win his first race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to see him running it. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm not.
Josh, was Luca talking shit again? By the way, mate. How can you say Andre Silva's shit? I just don't get it. You could say he's not had a great season this season. Silva. Yeah, you can say he's not had a great season this season, but you can't say after scoring 28 league goals in the league for Frankfurt, it's not shit. It's not shit in 34 games as well. 34.
To be honest, Luca would if Ronaldo had signed for Arsenal at 18, Luca would probably have said he was shit. So, to be honest, take what Luca says with a pinch of salt.
I am honestly. I get people what they're not sure about him because of this season, but come on, man. He's not shit. You're having a go at Renato Sanchez because he happened to be in Swansea's relegation squad when he was 18. He only played 7 games. Well, what's he supposed to do? How's he supposed to stop the team getting relegated? Right? Yeah. And yet, when he's played for Lille, he won Lille, not PSG, Lille, who had no right to win it, win the league.
Yeah,
Right?
my other hot take.
There you go.
My
Go
other
on, yeah,
hot take, 2022. I don't know if you agree with this. I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm gonna give him a chance. Guan Yu Zhou will only last a year in Formula One.
Yeah, I'd love to. I hope Granny. I hope Guan Yu Zhou proves everyone wrong.
To me, I do as well, Stephen.
I hope that's my take. I hope Guan Yu Zhou proves everyone wrong, right, and deserves his place in Formula One. Right?
Same, because
Yes,
I actually
yes.
like
I know
Guan Yu
Piastri
Zhou.
deserves it more than him because he's won it, but yeah, I would still want to yeah, I still want to see him getting it.
Yeah, I
Do
do
well.
like Zhou. I just
I'm willing to give him a chance.
same.
Like that's the main thing for me. Like, but yeah, the other main thing is just see some overtaking, just act wheel to wheel action. We don't need bloody safety cars or decisions by FIA stewards fucking it up. Well, I think also the FIA need to like breathe a little bit. Consistency, but it needs to breathe a little bit because if you're trying to promote better racing by bringing these new rules in, you've got to sort of let it lie a little bit when drivers go wheel to wheel. You know,
Dirty Air F1 podcast, big up.
big up Dirty Air F1 podcast, like winner of the last what was it called? Quiz. Yeah, man. But yeah, I feel that if you're going to promote better racing, you've got to let it lie a bit. So if Norris shoves Perez off the road, yeah, that's not if he forces him off the road, but then Max can do it at Brazil, then it's not a penalty. Simple consistency,
Yes.
right? And you're going to have to do it because there's going to be a lot more overtaking in Formula One. You're all saying it's all going to change, right? And it's going to be like something we've never seen before, right? And the stats prove it is, right? With drivers only suffering 14% downforce rather than 46 at 10 metres. There's going to be a hell of a change. So, yeah, I feel they've got to have a little bit more leeway next season, right? But like, if it's pushed too far, like Max Verstappen clearly did, if you're, say, like, what Norris did in Austria, I think he had perfect right to do because he's right. He's in the right lines. Max Verstappen was not in the right lines, both in Saudi Arabia and in Brazil. If you're not in the right lines, forcing someone off the road, that's a penalty.
Yes.
Like that's a deliberate penalty because like it's counted as you're deliberately shoving someone off because you know you're not going to make the corner. And you knew he was not going to never make the corner. But that's what I'd like to see, just consistency, especially with these new regs this season coming up. But we will be going into detail a bit more about the regs, about the cars when they come out as well. We'll be doing more of that as well. I'm going to wrap up in about 2-3 minutes. If anyone does want to come on, the link is there. I mean, like I said before, just earlier, happy birthday to Lewis. Like, he's my idol. He's the GOAT of F1. He's my idol. He's the one I look up to every day of my life. I fight with liver disease all my life. And just having a Still Our Eyes message and watch him race with that message just gives you the strength to carry on. Like, and he's a great role model to anyone else. I don't care what anyone thinks, and I'll defend him to Kingdom Come. Like if he deserves to be defended, he deserves to be defended. Like, because he doesn't deserve to be treated the way he's been treated. Can you wait 10 minutes? Yeah. I might have to go, mate. Cause I've got 10 PM. I've got the Gunner Small Corners, so I'm gonna have to go in a minute, mate. So, yeah. And plus, I've already been on one stream already, and I'm starting to get tired. So I've got to save the energy for the next stream. But we'll get you on next time, bro. We'll get you on next time. Don't you worry about that, man. We'll get you on next time. Absolutely. Anything else to say right now, mate?
Just that it's gonna be.
Any last questions?
Yes. Yes, I do have a question. Do you think that the FIA or that rule that team principals can't speak to FIA will be good for the sport?
Say that again, sorry? Oh, sorry, I was
The,
typing.
the rule that where team principals like Wolf Horner
Yeah, teams. Yeah, that's wrong. I've already said that's wrong. I already said in the the review for the season and everything. That's wrong. That should not be deserved to any race director. But then the only thing I will say is that the race director should be like Whiting, like Charlie Whiting was in 2005 in the US Grand Prix, when 9 teams were protesting to him, saying we will not race unless you put a chicane in. And he said, I've got 5 new regulations here that says you can't do that, so we can't do it. Like, and that's where he needs to step in as a leader and say, no, this is the rules. I can't do that. If you let all the lap cars through, right, it's got to finish on the last lap. Right, you have to stick to the regulations in the end. Right, and that's the difference between Charlie Whiting and why people loved him, right, and respected him, and the difference between Michael Massey and why everyone hates him and doesn't like him and doesn't believe anything he says. Right, simple. It's just the simple truth on that one. Simple truth. But there you go.
Bro, I am seeing so
What
many.
are the top teams on potential next year? The potential teams: Mercedes,
Ferrari.
Big up Rich Sports, by the way. Ferrari might be up there. McLaren might be up there.
I'm joking, I'm not that.
McLaren and Ferrari and Red Bull, I'm sure, will come up with a decent car. Whether they've spent too much or not, we'll wait and see. But those are my 4.
Alpine are like the team that we could see.
We could be a surprise.
Yeah.
The surprises would be Aston Martin, Alpine, and AlphaTauri, actually. I'll put AlphaTauri in there. Right. If Haas don't do something, then like their strategy has not worked. And the guy needs to, like, Gunther Steiner needs to go. So next year, Leclerc, no.
You mean Carlos Sainz?
Boggest. Like, rule number 1, do not piss off Lewis Hamilton like they've done. Rule number 2, do not piss off Mercedes like they've done. Because you will get smoked. They will smoke you. No, you don't. No, I'm talking about the FIA. Like, if you piss off Hamilton, like, or he has any sort of adversity, he will roast you. He will roast you. He turns anything like that into a positive. Like, I remember when Chadwick Boseman died, right? Qualifying, couldn't match him in his own little world, like, man. So you gotta respect his attitude and the way he goes about his racing. So yeah, man. But like, we're gonna leave it there. Yeah, where can I find you, Adam?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Adam Talks F, on my Twitter, which you already follow me. But for those who don't, my Twitter is Eunice1Adam. I thought of it in 10 seconds. I also have an Instagram, which is Talk MUFC Daily. So yeah, there you can find me, and I will be doing a stream tomorrow about why Guan Yu Zhou could be more than just a pay driver, quote unquote.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
If you want
but
to
come on, Ferrari Red is a better vibe than Arsenal. Yeah, of course, anything's a better vibe than Arsenal. Let's be real. But there you go. We're gonna leave it there. Make sure you hit.
Ferrari to do well because I'm a massive Carlos fan.
Yeah. There you go. Right. I'm a support of any team that Hamilton's in. Simple.
Hamilton and Sainz are my favourites.
Yeah. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button as well. I don't know when I'll be doing this F1 channel. I'm hoping to get able to talk so we can do it. I hope to get in. Bargav tomorrow, the liver awareness show, 8 p.m. I need you on for that, and I also need Mel's going to be on. Hoping I can get talk on as well, because that's going to be hard.
I'll tune in.
Alright, cool, yeah. But yeah, make sure you tune in for that, because that's gonna be hard to do, to be honest. So if you want to know why, tune in, because you'll find out. But yeah, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share the content as much as you want. Get it up to 1.3, then 1.4. No, get it up to 1.13, then 1.14. Come on, let's get it to 1.2 by the end of February. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. And let's do it on the F1 side as well, right? Because we do it on the F1 side and get more people watching the F1. Like, I'll tell you now, like, we won't need to do another channel. We'll just do it all the same channel, man. It's easy. But, yeah. But make sure you do all that. And please support Children's Liver Disease by just watching all our content. Just by watching it or watching the adverts beforehand just helps generate more money. So if you do get adverts, please just do watch them, because it does support the charity. But yeah, until then, everyone stay safe, stay well,
Peace
and
out.
we'll see you soon. Bye bye.